All right. I don't see anyone else in the waiting room, so let's get started. And I hope everyone is hearing me clearly. Let me quickly check my microphone. Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3. All right, I think the audio is working fine. And let's begin. So full names and groups in the chat for those who have not done so yet. This is quite a big group, and we still have people joining us. So let's get right in. All right, the goal is to wrap up the exercises related to Unit 1. And let's take a peek at what we have for you all today. Now, we're going to do some exercises, and I'm going to add a few more because this group is a bigger group. And we're going to do as much practice as possible. And I'm also going to share some links with you so that you can practice on your own. Now, as you saw in last class, the past simple and the present perfect, they do have some contrasts. All right, so in today's class, as you saw in the warm-up video, the goal is, of course, to use all of those adverbs, but you have to know which case is best for which adverb. So let's start with adverbs in general. When it comes to English, an adverb is a word that describes a verb, all right? And all of those adverbs you just saw, they're describing the action. Because as we saw with present perfect, we are talking more about the experience than the finished time. Now, very importantly, as we dive in, we need to practice these as well as others that help to express whether it's recent or not, right? And you notice here when you looked at your unit, it talked about other adverbs like recently and lately, okay? All those LYs are just a general way that we change descriptive words to adverbs. And recently and lately are here in the when type of adverbs. Now, both of those are for recent, all right, very close to the present adverbs, which is what we use either when we're talking about activity that just happened, so we'll focus on just, and it's still important to our present and future, so we'll use it as a present perfect example. Of course, it's important in general to know your adverbs, so I'll share this link with describes all of the adverbs and their different types. And of course, when you're using adverbs, be careful how you use them with prepositions. All right, so that's also super important. I'll share this one because it also provides video and exercises. All right, so this is a lot more theoretical, and this one will give you a chance to practice your adverbs, but with real situations. And of course, it also provides some scaffolding because there's Spanish and English on the page. So first, let's look at these. Let's look at yet, let's look at already, let's look at just, and let's look at still. All right, super important. So let's look at how we use them. Let's do some exercises, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more exercises to differentiate between past and present. Perfect. All right, hopefully everyone is in the room now. Let me just quickly check the waiting room. Yeah, I think everyone's in. Maybe 4 or 5 of you have not put your names in the chat yet. Don't forget full name and original English group for your attendance. Write that in the chat. All right, so let's start off with the 4 basic. Already, just, yet, and still. We know we're using them to describe the experience, and we're going to be giving a range around this experience. So let's talk about how we can use already and just, still, and yet. I'll take some volunteers. All right, so let me use the attendance. Let's start with Alejandra Gonzalez. Ale, help us with when we use already.
Cuando,
Yeah,
cuando está pasando, o
mhm.
sea, en presente,
Okay, so it's past and it's completed, and it can be recent. It doesn't have to necessarily be recent, but it has to be unexpected. Read for us and read the examples.
¿los leo?
Yes, please.
Ok. El primero dice, they have already finished their homework. Jacob has already left work. Y el último es, the train has already arrived.
All right. So we use it. It refers to something that happened before or sooner than we expected, and generally is located between the auxiliary and the principal verb. All right. Andrea, help us with just. Read for us and the examples.
Just is used for action or events that occurred shortly before or not long ago, and like already, just is located either before the participle verb or between the auxiliary verb and the principal verb.
Okay. Examples.
Examples: I just ate, but I'm already hungry again. Where's Heiko? He's just left.
Okay.
Beth has just moved to New York.
All right. Noticed where just is located. Like already, we can put it between, but you can also put it before the principal alone. All right. Now, of course, it will go between when you have the auxiliary and the principal verb. But if you're using it like we saw in the video in a simple past situation, you put it just before the verb. All right. And let's go with, right, we also have Andrea Itzel. Let's go with still.
¿Yo otra vez, bro?
Oh, so it was Andrea Itzel that read. Okay, let's go with Andrea Beatriz. I thought Beatriz was the one who was reading.
¿Leo todo o nada más los ejemplos?
Let's go with when we're using it first, and then let's
Yes.
look at the examples.
We use still for action or events that have not happened or have not ended, especially when we expect the actions or events to happen sooner. Still is frequently used with other verb tenses, but regardless of verb tense, this adverb is always found before the principal verb.
Okay, for examples.
I took 2 pills, but I still have a headache.
Headache with a K sound.
Headache?
Headache.
Okay. Is Jacob still working at the hospital? They still haven't finished their work, their homework.
Right? Notice now the placement of still, and notice how it behaves a little bit differently. All right? So we saw that just, it was an affirmative, mostly affirmative sentences, and here we saw already, also with mostly affirmative sentences. Right? Guess, Natalia?
No, sorry. Es que la parte sin querer.
Okay. Right? So both of these are generally affirmative. Surprised, but it's good. The thing was accomplished. And this is going to be functioning like or ya. All right? Just will function like our justo or acabo de. And still isn't so affirmative because we expected it, but it's not finished. It's not ended. It's not completed. All right. So this one will behave more like our todavía. So we're looking for completion, but it was not completed. And position wise, it goes closer to the beginning of the sentence, just before our verbs. All right. Always before the principal verb. All right. And last one, let's go with Tony and let's practice with yet. I think it's Antonio, but maybe you ate the O.
Soy yo.
Okay, love, go ahead.
A ver, yet. Yet is used for something we expect to have happened, but has still not happened. We tend to use this adverb in negative and interrogative sentence. In contrast to the other adverbs discussed, here yet is generally found at the end of the sentence.
Mhm,
Examples: I am really hungry. I haven't eaten yet. Jacob has not left his job at the hospital yet.
mhm.
Have they finished their homework yet? Has the train arrived yet?
All right. Only thing here, just be super careful with the pronunciation of the EDs. All right. So finished, arrived. Check in the notes from last class and go back through those ED endings. All right. Good. So those are those very common adverbs we use with our sentences. With yet, also it can be incomplete. So this will work more like your aún. All right. El tren no ha llegado aún. Right? So that's what's happening here. And the yet usually goes at the end of the sentences. All right? Let's put them into practice. Let's see how best to use them in different situations. Right? We're going to start with, all right, let me make sure everyone is in. And guys, double check that you can hear properly. I'm going to load up some exercises. And let's practice with them. All right, so I'm going to start with, let's see, let's start with Brian. All right, I'm going to share my screen again and let's start with Brian. Brian, which one should we use? Are we going to use just, already, still, or yet? Brian, number one.
I think it's just
All right, good. Full sentence.
I just walk in the door. Can I call you later?
Exactly. Justo me entré en la casa. ¿Te puedo marcar al rato? This recent activity, the person is asking for more time. So yes, I just walked in the door. Can I call you later? Number two, help us here. Camila.
I think is we are still waiting for the concert.
We are still rehearsing. Aún estamos o todavía estamos ensayando, rehearsing. All right, good. Carolina, number three.
Is thanks for the invitation, but I have um, still seen that film.
All right. How would you say that in Spanish? Why are you using still? Explain to me. All right, here we have
I know it's already.
it's already good. All right, again.
Thanks for the invitation, but I have already seen that film.
All right, so gracias por la invitación. And this is true. All right, the goal here is to show that this action, even though it was not expected, has been completed. Right, and I think Alejandra was raising her hand, but maybe she wanted to answer that same question. Right, number 4, let's go with Deila Gallardo.
Yes. Have you gone to the store yet?
Have you gone to the store yet? Yes. All right. Usually yet goes at the end of our sentences and it's questioning if the activity has been completed. All right. Number 5. Let's go with Eduardo. Number 5, Lalo.
Oh, yes, I think it is already just. You already started that new job and you are just complaining.
The other way around. Acabas de iniciar ese nuevo trabajo y ya estás quejando. Right. So the other way around. It's new. So it's recent. And completed, unexpected. So we use already. Again,
Yes, you just started that new job and you are already complaining.
good. All right. Imagine someone, new job and only bad things to say. Right? Alan or Ellen, number 6. Number 6.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I think that is mm, still.
All right. Still, why?
No, 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 no. It's the option. The hurry to the start, but it was already closed.
Already closed.
Yes.
Unexpected and has been completed. Imagine running to the OXXO and it's 12:01. Everything is closed.
Yes.
It's not a 24-hour. Practice again with me. They hurried to the store, but it was already closed. Repeat.
They hurried to the start, but it was already closed.
Good. All right, let's continue to number 7 with Jose Ivan. Number 7.
Are you still dating Jim?
Correct. Questioning why would you do such a thing? All right, let's continue with Fernanda Baeza, number 8. Are you there with us, Fernanda? Microphone working?
¿Yo?
Yes.
Okay. Mitchell hasn't paid me all the money he owes me yet.
Exactly. Usually at the end of a sentence, we use yet. Now, just before our verb, what do we use? Help us here, Irving. Flores Rodriguez, are you here with us? We try again. Looks like your microphone is a little bit low or it's not working. I think we only heard like, but we didn't hear anything. Can you speak again? Okay. Yes, go ahead and let me see if I can help out Naomi. Thank you for the message. Go ahead, Irving. Number 9.
Like already.
But this is negative, not positive.
Present.
All right. So we generally use just and already when it's affirmative, because they might be unexpected or they might be recent. The more negative ones are still and yet. Yet goes to the end, and still usually is at the beginning. Practice with me, Irving. Michael still hasn't paid me all the money he owes me. Michael aún no me ha pagado todo el dinero que me debe. Practice.
Michael still
One more time. Michael still hasn't paid me
hasn't paid me
all the money he owes me.
all the money he owes me.
Good. Complete sentence now.
Michael hasn't me.
All right. Check out that internet and that microphone for the next class. All right. Let's go with Lady Diane. Number 10.
Michael said he already paid you the money.
All right. Or he just paid you the money. All right. Any of those could work because now it's in a affirmative form, right? I'd use just because structurally it makes sense here. Michael me dijo que él te acaba de pagar, all right? So that's more using just or a recent expression. Good. All right, let me show you some more examples, guys, and let's try to see how well you do. All right. All ads aside. Let's continue with Netherlands. All right. Notice how our sentences are structured. We have our words, and remember where to place the words in the sentence. For example, here, I have already between the auxiliary and the verb, our principal verb, and we have lunch, which is our complement. All right. I have already eaten lunch. Nadeli, Gomez Arisa, number 1. This is a question. What starts our question? Are you here with us, Gomez Arisa? I'm gonna.
Sí, aquí estoy, aquí estoy.
Okay, go ahead, dear. All right, how do we start the?
Duda.
Again? ¿Cómo iniciamos una pregunta? Necesitamos un verbo auxiliar o una palabra de pregunta. ¿Cuál es en esta oración? ¿Cuál sería? This, yet, have, seen, you, or film.
Es que hice la pantalla negro.
Ah, okay. Your internet is a little bit trouble. I had seen 2 people raise their hand. I think it was Jimena, Montserrat Jimenez, sorry, and then Alejandra. So let's start with Monse. Go ahead, Monse.
Okay, it is. Okay. Have you seen this film yet?
All right, so we need have to start the sentence, correct? Right, so that's the structure. All right. Yes, Ale, I see your hand. Let's keep going. I'll get back to you. Right, and don't forget to put your punctuation marks. All right. Shandy, number 2.
Teacher, but it doesn't.
Have you seen this film? And I forgot my yet.
Yes.
All right. Shandy, number 2.
I just bought a new car.
Good. Number 3, Lisette Gutierrez.
Yes. Sería she doesn't
Mhm.
style.
All right. So here we have doesn't, which is helping another verb. What is the principal verb in this sentence?
No.
She doesn't know. Correct. All right. And then we have a complement. How would we arrange the complement in the sentence? Que no sabe.
Do.
Exactly. Ella no sabe, but we still miss something. Where is our adverb?
She doesn't do.
All right. Let me help you. Still, remember, still generally goes before your verbs. All right. So she still doesn't know. Todavía no sabe. Aún no sabe. All right. And we only have a few words to go. What do you think she doesn't know?
Do what?
Exactly. She doesn't know what. What's left?
To do.
Correct. All right. Full sentence. Repeat. She doesn't know what to do. She still doesn't know what to do.
She still doesn't know what to do.
All right. Let's go with Hannah Reyano, number 4.
It it just will take a minute.
All right. This is a question. What do we start questions with? I'm just kidding. It, it's the next one. It will just take a minute. All right. Next one. Next one is a question. Let's see. Sitlali. What do we start questions with?
Sería, can you
Mhm.
still help me on Saturday?
All right. Can you still help me on Saturday? Good. Right. Now we have already in a sentence. Luz Yairani. How would we make this sentence?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Maybe we have finished already our project.
All right. Now look at our sentence. We have, right? Where does already go? Already goes between the auxiliary and the principal. All right, practice again. Repeat. We have
already finished our project.
good. All right, so placement is super important. Iñaki, number 7.
Yes. I haven't
Mhm.
made dinner yet.
Good. Because yet usually finishes our sentences. And we use yet and still in more negative contexts. Right, number 8, let's go with Sofia Iturbe Mendoza.
Yes. Number 8, no?
Mm-hmm.
That house. No, they still
Mm-hmm.
live. They still live in that old house.
Right, we'll get to how we order adverbs in the future and adjectives, but yes, very good. All right. Now I'm gonna pick on Alejandra. I've seen your hand. Don't think I didn't notice your hand, Alejandra. So Alejandra, and I think it was Alejandra and two people had raised their hand. I think it was Alejandra and Monse. All right. Now let's do another exercise. And let's start with you two ladies. In this, you need to choose whether it's present perfect or past simple. All right, so let's start off with the present perfect. Alejandra, you're A, and Monse, you're B. All right, Ale, you first.
Okay. Hi, Marnie. How are you?
Great, thanks. I have to say the already just still or yet.
First,
Okay, okay.
let's start with the
Great,
present.
thank we. mm, can I see the compliment that is before?
You have to think quickly. Let me help you with the first one. Go ahead.
Okay. We have just come back from Spain. From Spain. We stayed in Nerja for 2 weeks.
Oh, I never been to Spain, but I'd love to go.
All right. Now past simple.
Did you have a good time?
All right, continuing with the
Yes, we
past.
did. The weather was fantastic and we spent every day on the beach.
Lucky you.
Good. All right. So that's what you're looking to do. The goal of the activity is to try to make sure that you're using each one properly. But remember, there are more adverbs. So let's dive a little bit deeper. As we saw, you can use adverbs like lately, you can use adverbs like recently, right? And they perform the activity just like these, but specifically they fall in the category of when. All right, now I have some more people, so let me stop sharing my screen and I'm gonna add some more activities. Just a few more so we can get some more people to practice. We had done some of this last class, but I don't want to miss anyone. All right, so let me dun, 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 dun. I'm just gonna use this one over here. One from last week. I don't know if you guys had opened it, so let's go back to it. Sorry, guys. Let me just give you an example that's clear. Here it is. Good. Because I shared some links with you yesterday, but I wasn't very specific. All right. So one of the links I shared with you was this one. Right. But you have to open up the explanation section. Right. And specifically, you need to be practicing things like recently and lately. Right. So here, let me get some. Someone is very late. Let's continue now with Joala or Joali Garcia Romero. Let's dive in here, specifically recently. Can you read for us?
Yes. Ay, me tapan unos cuadritos.
Okay, let me see if I can close that
Okay.
one. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Recently, we often use the present perfect with recently to talk about past recent actions. Dave recently bought a new car.
All right. So recently and lately work almost the same. All right. They are those adverbs that have the ly endings, and they are talking about a particular time, right? And help me here. Kenya Isabel, lately,
Yes, lately, all morning, day, year,
etc.
we can also use the present perfect with lately or
Mhm.
with all plus period of time, all day, all morning, all my life. Eso se me dificulta decirla, perdón.
Etc. It's the same like in Spanish, etc.
Etc. To talk about actions that started in the past and continue in the present. She's been with me all day. It's been very busy lately.
All right, busy. So these are those other phrases that we can use. All right. I think last class, let me see which one of the links I gave you last class. Last class I gave you. Dun 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 dun. Ah, I didn't include it, did I? Oh yeah, I did. And this one was. Oh yeah, it was this one. So you have to open up the explanation part to see what you just read, right? So that's the link. And we had done some of the exercises from this one already, right? So let me stop sharing now. Goal, guys. If you haven't done so, make sure to create your folders and upload the exercises from your unit. And let's also make sure that you've committed some time and completed the forum. Now, looking at my list, I think I still didn't get any participation from about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 15 people. So before we end, let's go back to that same page. And I want some of you over there to get some practice in. All right, let me see if I can get some with recently. All right, let's start with who hasn't practiced yet. Lalo, Eduardo Maldonado. All right, let's start with number 3, Eduardo.
Yes. Um, did you have a holiday recently?
Right. Right. Recently, do we use it for past simple or present perfect?
Present perfect.
All right, so we'll use the have. Have you had a holiday recently? Repeat.
Have you had a holiday recently?
Good. All right. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's go to section 2. Let's make sure we see some more lately in there. All right, we're going to miss out on the latelys. All right, let's continue after Eduardo was, I think, Mauricio. Mauricio, let's go back to number 1.
Yes. Did you finish painting the bedroom yet? Not yet. I'll finish it tomorrow.
All right, same thing. If we're using words like yet, we'll be using present perfect. Have you? We're talking about the experience, not the time. All right, one more time.
Have you finished painting the bedroom yet? Not yet. I'll finish it tomorrow.
Right, the past activity or from the past, but affects your present or your future in this case. Right, Michelle.
Yes, teacher.
Complete this one. What do you think? Number 2?
Sería I didn't. I didn't earn much last year, but I we earned
I've earned
a lot this year.
All right, Natalia. See if you were paying attention.
Have you had?
Okay. All right, full question.
Have you had a holiday recently?
All right, Jacqueline.
I'm here, but my internet is very bad and I can see the screen. I got it blurred.
It looks blurry. Rafael, do you think you can help her?
Yes, I've arrived last week.
We arrived last week.
Yes, we were.
All right. Period of time, have. All right. We have been here 4 or 5 days. Again, We arrived last week.
We arrived last week. We have been here for 5 days.
Paula Ramirez.
Teacher, I can see very well. Yeah, I can. My partners is... otra vez, sorry. Es que como que se va, como que se ve borroso, se me va y se me viene, entonces no alcanzo a leer bien.
Okay, Mr. Barnes, can you see that part?
I can, yeah. My partners is very important in this company. He worked here for 30 years.
Right, same as before. Periods of time, we use present perfect because we're talking about the experience over time. He has worked here for again.
My partners is very
Mr.
important.
Barnes.
Mr. Barnes is very important in this company. He has worked here for 30 years.
All right, Sebastian, number 6.
Sí, he loves gardening. He has been a gardener all his life.
Good. All right. Sophia Nicholas Morales.
Yes, teacher. Have you seen anything like this before?
Never. All right. Then Valentina, number 8.
Yes. This is the most delicious dish I ever ate.
I have ever eaten. Experiences in life
Okay.
again. One more time.
This is the most delicious dish I have ever eaten.
All right. And Zahira Cedillo, number 9.
I have never seen him behave like this before.
Good. Right. And did I miss anyone? One more question. Did I miss anyone? I think everyone got a chance to participate today, but did I miss anyone? Everybody? Okay. Well, hopefully everyone got a chance to participate. And this one, her mother is obviously older now, so this is a past event. So she grew up in Scotland. Right? This link you already have from last class. I'll share the others. Do go out there and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I will see you on the 21st. So next Saturday, we'll take a break for independence celebrations, and then the other Saturday, we'll be back. On Wednesday, I'll start sharing some videos and tips so you can start Unit 2, and then we'll have our discussions about Unit 2 on the 21st. Right? If you have questions, if you need help with anything, do let me know, and I will see you soon. Happy holidays in advance. Take care.
Teacher,
Yes,
tengo una pregunta.
Dime.
Para subir las actividades es en la carpeta de Drive y tenemos que poner, o sea, hacer una nueva carpeta, poner nuestro nombre y la clase en la que estamos y subir las actividades ahí.
Ahí y me compartas para que cada vez que lo actualizas, me avisas. Ok, ya está todo UNAD 1 ahí, ya está todo UNAD 2, etcétera, etcétera.
Ok. Vale, gracias.
De nada.